Hello, Worldo. This is Wolfstar Games. It's Anton, and welcome back to more Robotics Notes Elite. Last time we got a lot more information from Sawada. This time talking more about Misane than anything. And I wound up getting pretty confused. I am not entirely sure why I got so confused. But things have been made a little clearer to me. And there's a couple of things I want to actually talk about. So with Misane at the expo being so cold and distant, I'm actually surprised I didn't really pick up on this. That Misane there is a fake. That she's an AR annotation, as the way Sawada had put it. And that seeing Misane as an AR annotation in that instance does make sense with how she was acting. I mean, she was cold and, not very responsive. It's like as if she was a machine. So that does make sense now. And of course, since Misane there was fake, an illusion created by the M4 little machines, then of course that means there's essentially two Misanes, which is definitely an interesting development. But with her being an illusion, that also rose a question in my mind. So when Sawada shot her, that explains why the bullet phased through her, because of course anything at a certain speed and force would just completely phase through an AR annotation. She's not there. Of course, the bullet would go right through her. So with that fact, I started thinking, well, how is it that she was able to control Sumeragi? Shouldn't she have just phased right through the robot? And not to mention the whole FOS thing, with the controlling Sumeragi with your fingers. If it was a fake Misane, how exactly was Sumeragi being controlled? I mean, an AR annotation wouldn't be able to control a robot, right? At least I assume so. I feel like that just kind of created a plot hole in my mind. Or maybe it's not a plot hole and I'm just thinking about it too much. I do tend to do that. I wanted to also talk about Gijene. So I did not pick up on that Gijene was manipulating Kaito. And I want to say that the biggest reason behind that is because of Kuge Miyarie's delivery for a Gijene. I mean, her delivery for Gijene is very much one tone, is very much one tone, flat kind of voice. So there's like no inflection in her voice at all, no emotion. I feel like that with her delivery of Gijene's lines, that it masked the fact that Gijene is being manipulative. And very well, I might add. So I feel like if anyone was being manipulative towards someone else, that I would have picked up on it more if there was an inflection and emotion in the voice acting. Maybe. But the fact that with Gijene, with her being an AI and just, that one tone in her voice, I did not pick up on that. And I think also at one point, like quite a while back, that I had in the back of my mind, had a thought that maybe Gijene or Airi was being manipulative towards Kaito, not being an ally. But I didn't really want to think about that too much because I didn't want to taint my vision and my feelings towards Airi. Because, she comes across as being such a sweetheart. And the fact that she's just Airi's memories, it's like she, I feel like, wouldn't actually manipulate Kaito. I feel like given Airi's age at the time when her memories were put into IRUO, she wouldn't have the mental capacity to be manipulative towards someone. At least that's what I like to think anyway. But with Gijene, since she's an AI, doesn't really know right from wrong, it's like she'll just do as ordered, as programmed. So she could easily manipulate whoever is trying to track down the Kimijima reports. And lo and behold, that happened to be Kaito. So the fact that she manipulated him, it really shows me how incredibly smart Kimijima is. I mean, he created IRUO, and he created Gijene and AR Airi. So his technological feats are so impressive. And I want to say that with his technological feats that he also created the N4 machines to create the illusions that we see, with fake Misane to, to the fake world we are now being shown through IRUO, with the world looking like a war zone. And of course, the Grand Obelisk, or as I like to call it, the Tower of Babel. So I wanted to talk about one other thing real quick, a theory that I have. So when I was going through and editing last video, I started thinking more about that image of Misane's hands all bloody. So I started thinking that just what if, the blood on her hands isn't Kimijima's, but her own? Like, she knows Kimijima, right? So what if when she found out what Kimijima had planned, what his goals were, what he was exactly doing, what if Misane tried to, take care of things on her own and, tried to kill him, but in the process wound up getting hurt herself, whether by her own hands or by Kimijima's hands in an attempt to defend himself. That's my theory anyway. And I also started thinking that a little bit more, and I'm like, well, if Kaito is thinking about Misane as like being dead, with how long he hasn't seen her, I started thinking that, what if she was close to dead when she got injured, like it was a fatal injury. And instead of Kimijima letting her die, he kept her alive by like putting her into one of those cryogenic pods. I mean, if one of those pods can keep Heidi from dying from a disease, why not a fatal injury? At least that's where my mind went anyway with that. So I feel like that could be a possibility, that one of those pods would be able to keep someone alive from a fatal injury. It's like, why not? And I was also thinking that, like, over time, that Kimijima, like, started experimenting on Misane, and, maybe, like, from all those experiments that Misane's mind eventually became, like, broken. And that's why she is the way she is now, from all those experiments being conducted on her. I feel like putting it into that perspective makes me feel bad for Misane. Granted, this is just a theory, but it still makes me feel bad for her if this theory winds up coming true or not. I mean, I guess we'll see if my theory comes true or not. And and if it doesn't, I'm okay with that. I mean, it's just a theory. A game theory, if you will. But anyway, we'll get back into the game here. So one last thing here before we actually get into this. As you can see, I have my game screen taking up the whole screen. So, funny thing, I was doing some testing between recording sessions, and for some odd reason, I don't know how, I don't know when, a border came up around my game screen. And I'm like, how did that get there? So I'm like, I don't want this. How do I get rid of it? So I tried to get rid of it. I couldn't really find any way to get rid of it. So I was like, okay, let me try this. So this is my way of getting rid of that border. It's been so long since I've had the game screen take up the whole screen that it feels kind of weird to go back to it within the same LP. I was actually thinking of going back to this format with my next LP. But lo and behold, it wound up happening a lot sooner than I wanted it to. I guess it is what it is. But anyway, just wanted to explain why the format is back to being this way real quick. So we'll now get to see what's going on with the Frau here. After finally arriving upon the info, I bite my nails in front of my monitor. Don't get what? The information is as follows. The old Minachi Manecho local hall should be abandoned, but a company bought it in secret and pays the electric bill. Oh. She's been doing some digging. I mean, we know she's been doing some digging. We haven't known to what extent. So she should be finding out here that, you know, either a new company or a, like, Tavistock or the Committee of 300, a company through them, bought it and pays the electric bill. That's what this should be. It's a small company in Tokyo called Teo Development. There we go. Teo. Due to their paying the bill, the EM wave irradiation device on the first floor continues to function. The very same device used to make monopoles fall. Oh, that's right. I kind of forgot that was the same thing that was making the monopoles fall. I mean, we've known that the monopoles have magneticism in them, but I didn't quite put two and two together. Oh, and another thing. Yeah, she's really typing away here. Kimijima Ko's Villa, however you want to pronounce it. This was abandoned also, but Aiditan's cold sleep device continued to function in the basement. She would call Aidi in that way. I investigated who was paying the electric bill, and it seems a company called Comet bought the old villa. Comet. Or commit? Committee? Committee of 300? A little too on the nose, if you ask me. Wanting to investigate these two companies for anything in common is the nature of an channeler. The identification team, just me, was fully mobilized. Then why are you calling yourself a team? I stayed up all night to look into things. As far as what I found, well, Teo Development is a construction engineering firm. Okay, I don't think we knew that before. I don't remember them bringing that up before anyway. A commit company is in the restaurant consultant industry. Restaurant consultant? Huh. But they're both paper companies. Paper. Really? Okay. There are no buildings for them at their registered addresses. That's not surprising. It was easy enough to investigate from Tanegashima using the Street View function in IRUO, of course. While it looked like both companies had nothing in common, both being paper companies instantly changed things. I thought that the company director for both companies might be the same person, but that wasn't the case. Okay, so who are the company directors then? Anyone we know? Or any two people we know, I should say? But as I did further research, I found that both companies received loans from a lease company called Hoshida. Okay. A paper company wouldn't take out a loan, SMH. So, get this. Hoshida's special advisor? Yeah? Wait, special advisor? It isn't Sawada's father, is it? He was a deputy director and joint investor at the time of Happiness for You's founding. Oh, okay. Hoshida Sakai? Sakai? Am I saying that right? Okay, so no one we know, and not Sawada's father. The TLDR? The money used to maintain Kimijima-ko's crap on the island came from his old pals through paper companies. Very interesting. Okay.
熱い友情来たこれ。これは薄い本のネタにできるな。
Of course you could.
で、そんなわけあるか、そんなわけあるか。大事なことなので2回言いました。きな臭いにも程があるだろう。
It's very fishy. Who's there? Someone pressed the intercom button outside. Yeah, I got that. Is it the glass company? Ever since they replaced all the broken glass in November, a dealer comes by once a week. It's crazy annoying. So one thing with my webcam here, with my placement, I wanted to make sure that I wouldn't be covering any characters, so that's why my my face cam is all the way down in the bottom corner. And, of course, it's covering up some of the words. But, all the same, I feel like this is the best place for me to have my face cam for this type of game. Nobody else should be dropping by. Yashio-senpai and Prez-senpai are in Tokyo, doing lewd things together. The only thing we've done together that would be even considered being lewd would be sleeping together. And that has only ever been very conservative and very respectable, I should say. And tracksuit sensei went with them. Oh my god. That's a nickname. Karate Senpai is mentally busted and out of action, and Four Eyes can't move due to his busted leg. Then who is it? Good question. Whoever they are, they're crazy impatient. I mean, it's not like they have the finger on the button constantly. It would be like ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. It's like that would be impatient.
フラン、誰か客が来たみたいだぜ。出た方がいいって。元気に挨拶だ。
Thank you, Genki. Shut up, Genki-kun bot.
ほら、鳴ってるぜ。出るのが友達ってもんだろ。
What? Answering is what friends are for? It's like that. It's not exactly what friends are for, but okay.
インターホンカメラ表示してロゼッタタン。はい、
表示いたしますね。
The first floor entrance. I take a look at the camera feed, but nobody is there.
誰もいなくね。
Curious. Are they just out of view? Or is... No one would be playing a prank at this point in the story.
ピンポンダッシュは許さない。絶対にだ。
Ding dong ditch. It's like I personally have never experienced that myself, and I've never done it myself, but I've always heard about it.
友達なら時にはぶん殴ることだって重要だぜ。
What? Excuse me, Genki? No. I do not want to sock my friends.
元気くんうるさい。
Yeah, shut up. You're not helping. What in the world? Or what in the world now? I couldn't help myself. and I amuse myself too easily. It all happens instantaneously. The second I hear a gunshot, what? Outside my door, two men holding guns quickly come charging into the room. Oh no. What's Frau gonna do? Oh! Without time to even make a sound, my arm is twisted behind me. My whole body gets pushed to the floor. Oh my god. They didn't even identify themselves. Who exactly is this? This isn't the police, is it? It can't be the police, right? Who is this? Priest 2. This is someone from Misane's group. Uh-oh. I can't even raise my head. Moving my neck even slightly causes an intense pain to run down my locked arm. Oh. I can't see what the men look like. Do they have masks on? It hurts too much and I'm too scared. I feel like I'm about to scream, but I grit my teeth and keep myself in check.
フラン、友達でも喧嘩するときはしていいんだぜ。
Shut up, Genki! Genki-kun's carefree voice rings throughout the room.
でも、喧嘩の後は後腐れなく仲直りしろよな。それでこそ本当の友達ってもん。
One of the others smashed Genki and Rosetta? How dare they? Even though that I just said shut up to Genki, how dare they? Someone smashes their gun stock into the monitor of my phone droid. Well, she could always get a new one, she is loaded. Genki-kun goes silent on the cracked screen.
Target B を確保。拘束する。
Them? Her.
プリースト3、状況は？プリースト3、プリースト4、そちらの状況を知らせ。
Oh my god.
どうした？
I mean, I can completely see why they have come to get Frau, of all people. I mean, she is a programmer.
見張りの2人が応答しない。
The two men go silent in their confusion. They still have their guns pushed against the back of my head. My teeth have started chattering due to how scared I am. I'm worried that the sound will annoy my captors, so I bite down as hard as I can.
ターゲット B を起こせ。出るぞ。
起きろ。
They pull me up by the arm. Pain runs through my joints, causing me to tear up.
プリスト3、プリスト4、応答しろ。プリスト3、どうしたんだ。
呼んでも出ないと思いますよ。
Hold on.
呼んでも出ないと思いますよ。
Why isn't this voice registering in my head?
呼んでも出ないと思いますよ。
And just like that, my arm is released. I fall to my hands and knees and raise my head slightly. I look toward the entrance of my room, where the new voice came from. And standing there is, well... Wait.
下にいた2人なら一眠りしてもらいましたので。
Nai? Seriously? Nai? What are you doing here? Wait. The two downstairs are enjoying nap time. Wait a second. Did you just take out two of Misane's men? Tenoji-shi?
何者。
Yeah, they weren't expecting Nai, were they? Whoa! Whoa! Wow! A nice roundhouse kick there, Nai. And of course, seeing who Nai's father is, this isn't surprising. She would have some training in defending herself. She moves like a flash of light. Like a flash, huh? I don't know why I keep referencing the Flash. Given how she usually holds herself, her current reaction speed is unbelievable. In an instant, she closes the distance between herself and the two muscle monsters with her guns raised. It's like Misane... what am I saying? Misane? No. Nai to the rescue. Wasn't quite expecting that. But it's very welcome. The look on her face. Ah! She slams her knee into the first man's face, riding her momentum from earlier.
この
Unshaken by the fate of his comrade, the other man points his gun at Tenoji-shi. But she's already arrived at his chest. Hwa! She grabs the man's gun arm and spins around to his back, kicking her heel into his Achilles tendon. That would really hurt. As the man falls on his back, Tenoji-shi drops her knee into his face without a moment's hesitation. Ooh, the face! Ouch! I feel like that's not the appropriate response to getting kicked in the face. The ripped man's body quivers for a moment before going limp. It's like, get him, Nai! Show him who's boss! The man who suffered a knee to the face groans as he tries to get up, but Tenoji-shi is too fast. She plants a roundhouse kick into the defenseless man's jaw. Flawless victory. KO. Victory. Oh man. I love that Nai just laid these men out flat. She is not a little kid anymore. She can definitely take care of herself now. And just like that, both men are sprawled across the floor, unconscious. Oh man, she must have like either followed them here or she like overheard like Misane or something. Maybe she overheard Misane talking to her father. Maybe. And she got here as quick as she could. You okay, Frau? Holy shit, that was amazing! Like, why is she so strong? She's like a manga heroine no matter how you slice it. Thank you very much. In a matter of seconds, she put down 2 large armed men without getting scratched. That's some overpowered BS. I'm so excited that I sink to the floor.
男の人が2人がかりで女の子に暴力振るうなんて最低ですよ。
You tell him, Nai. As for Tenoji, she seems pretty upset. But as soon as she notices my gaze, she reverts to her usual sweet self.
もう大丈夫です。
Thank you, Nai.
強いでしょ？お父さん直伝の格闘術なんですよ。
I knew it. I knew that she had to have learned it from her dad.
さて、ここからどう反撃したものか。
What is our next move? I have no clue what's going on, but there is one thing I'm certain of. And what's that?
あえて言おう。ナエ様であると。
Nice-sama. Now I have Daru's voice in my head. I'm not exactly the Yuri type, but I'd be totes down with letting Nai-sama take me. Oh, actually, please just take me.
君島公が生きているだって。
Yeah, okay, but before we get to this... Paper company. A registered company that has no business activity. It is not illegal, but can be used for foul purposes like tax cutting and tax evasion. Yes. Which I believe is a federal offense. This has to be a joke. Oh, I have a tweeple from Frau. Let's see. Yeah, this... no, I've read this one. At times like this, the Street View mode on IOUO is handy. I mean, who upped the picture of Odaiba anyway? If the buildings were destroyed that badly, people at the venue might be dead. Whoop. Plus, there's a solar disturbance. But somehow the whole thing was uploaded normally? Yeah, maybe? We don't know that for sure. But I see that being a strong possibility. Hoshida Sakai? Or Sakai? Who is that again? I think I've heard of him. It's like, where does... if he does know him, where has she heard the name before? This has to be a joke. What else could it be? I force out a smile.
ありえない。だって君島公が死んだのは俺の地元でニュースにもなったし、遺体だって警察が調べた。
You can easily falsify a death, even with a corpse. I mean, I didn't see it directly. I was still a kid at the time, and I just happened to be hospitalized. But when I first found the Kimijima reports, I went to the town's library to look up newspapers from that time.
私もその証拠を得ているわけではない。
You don't. Okay, so... it's a bit of a theory then.
だが、考えれば考えるほど、探れば探るほど、君島公は生きているとしか思えないんだ。
I believe that too, Sawada. Very much so. And, you know, honestly, it's been so long, but I can't exactly remember when, you know, like what episode I started suspecting that Kimijima could still be alive, that he wasn't actually dead. So I wish I could remember, and if I were to try and go back through and try and find what episode I first started thinking that, that would take me a while.
新聞に載ってたんだ。
It's like he's with the committee, isn't he? I mean, the committee has the media under their thumb. They can easily falsify information.
君島公の遺体が見つかったって。アネモネ号事件の2週間後ぐらいだった。
2 weeks after.
アネモネ号の
Kaito? Kimijima-ko died around the same time that the MF Anemone incident took place. I feel like that's not a coincidence. That the whole thing, both incidents were like... were they planned? Or were they not? I'm not entirely sure. And you know, given my theory with Misane earlier, it's like, could that just be a coincidence? Or not? I'm not entirely sure. Why didn't I realize until now that these two incidents occurred so closely together? Maybe my theory's wrong then.
さっきも言ったはずだ。アネモネ号事件は電磁波照射実験だと。
I remember.
主導したのは君島公だ。彼は旅ストック研究所が生み落とした一つの到達点だ。
I don't like the way that he put this, that it was birthed by the Tavistock Institute. Is he saying Kimijima-ko is a member of the Institute? And of course, by proxy, the committee. So, I thought that was kind of obvious.
人々を洗脳するためだけに作られた沈黙の兵器。それが君島光という男なんだ。
I mean, Kimijima really is a twisted individual. I mean, I did have my theory that he's like a twisted version of Henry David Thoreau.
放送を垂れ流すのはやめろ。あの男は10年近くも前に死んでるんだって。
君は踊らされたんだ。
Manipulate, and it was manipulation from Gijene. Sawada raises his voice for the first time.
だってそんなのさ、めちゃくちゃじゃないか。つまりさ、こういうこと。俺が苦労して集めて世界中のみんなに警告するために拡散した君島レポートは全部デタラメ。
I mean, if the Kimijima reports weren't breadcrumbs to warn the world of essentially the end of the world, what would they be breadcrumbs for then? If they're breadcrumbs for anything. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe the Kimijima reports are for something else, something that we're not seeing, that I'm not seeing, or are they indeed fake? I mean, I guess that's the question, isn't it? Are they fake, or are they not? I mean, we got them from AR annotations, and given that Misune, the fake Misune, is with how Sawada was putting it, is like an AR annotation, maybe the Kimijima reports, since we had gotten them from AR annotations, maybe they could be fake as well. I guess it's something to consider. But at the same time, I feel like they're not fake. This is kind of a dilemma in my head. It's like, are the Kimijima reports not fake or not?
羽モネ号事件は君島公とそのコマであるミサ姉が起こした実験。
I mean, she was really distraught when she hurried to the boat that Kaito and Akiho were on. That when this happened, so was that an act? If she was working with him, was that an act? Or I mean, I feel like that was genuine. I feel like she wasn't putting on an act. I mean, I think at that point, Misune had nothing to do with the MF Anamone incident, and that it was just all Kimijima Ko. Because at that point, she was still like an ingenue. It's like she was still too like young and innocent and not really knowing what's going on. But until this happened, this kind of woke her up and realized what Kimijima was really doing. Yeah, I'm thinking more and more that Misane tried to stop him, and she was unsuccessful.
そんなの信じたら俺おかしくなっちゃうじゃないの。
It's like that would just completely shatter Kaito's vision and of Misane. Not to mention Akiho's. Oh my god, I can just imagine how Akiho would feel if she heard all this. They were behind that awful memory? No way.
ああ、頭がどうにかなりそうだよ。
I mean, it's crazy to think, for sure.
だからさ、嘘だって言ってよ。今までの話は全部あんたの妄想だって、そう言ってくれよ。
The world I believed in up until now has been turned upside down. No kidding. I mean, it just continues to be turned upside down ever since what happened at the expo. Jeez. The people I believed in up until now. Except I still think that Misane just over time changed. That Kimijima changed her. No. It's like this image again. If this is all true, then I didn't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. Mizuka-san was right. I opened Pandora's box myself. And all those feelings, all those secrets came pouring out. Oh man. I'm a fool.
頼むよ。言ってくれ。
It's like, please confirm some of this stuff, Sawada.
嘘でもいいから、妄想だって言ってよ。
残念だが、すべて真実だ。
Sawada has no mercy. He completely ignores my pleas.
そもそも君島公が生きている可能性について私に言及したのは瀬宮だった。
Okay, so he's known for, or at least has theorized for quite a long time that Kimijima Ko was still alive.
今にして思えばそれを瀬宮が話したことで私は完全に彼女のことを信じてしまった。
What, when in fact that she was manipulating you?
そうして共に協力して君島公の痕跡を追っていながら
But then what? They worked together to follow Kimijima Ko's trail. But then, what? Misane was doing stuff on her own to, like, Probably to try and deter Sawada from the truth? But since Sawada's with Sawada's connections, he would still be able to find out the truth.
瀬宮は私に巧みに偽の情報を提供し続けたというわけだ。
Or that, feeding him false info.
通りで3年近く探し続けても見つからないわけだ。
He'd been digging into Kimijima-ko for 3 years. That's a long time. And he could never find them. That's too long to not find someone who's responsible for so much bad.
私も十分滑稽だよ。君島公は実に効果的に情報を誘導した。
Yet, a lot of the information in the Kimijima reports have come true. So explain that one to me.
それにまんまと乗せられてしまったのが君だ。ヤシオカイト。
Do you really have to rub it in, Sawada?
責めているわけではない。沈黙の兵器が相手では私でも抗えなかっただろう。
I mean, maybe not, but still.
君島レポートもまた世界を騙すためのプロパガンダだった。
Okay. This is an interesting image. Just another piece of propaganda, another piece of brainwashing. And Kaito fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Oh, man.
君島公が無造作にばらまいた情報は今やそれに踊らされた人々によって世界中に増殖し拡散され続けている。
Kimijima really is a genius. And a genius like that, who's so dangerous? I mean, my god. He's a force to be reckoned with.
その過程で肥大化し尾ひれがつき、噂話は都市伝説からやがて地球規模の陰謀論にまで発展した。憶測は憶測を呼び、何が真実なのかを曖昧にして情報の海の中に覆い隠してしまう。そうして世界を騙し、人々の疑心暗鬼を徹底的に呼び覚まし、極限まで高まったある一点において炸裂させる。その象徴がグランドオベリスクであり、お台場崩壊だった。実際、今日世界中で起きたとされる天災は何一つとして起きていない。太陽嵐も来ていない。起きたのはお台場で瀬宮美咲が操縦するハグが暴走したこと。
Fake Misane's hug rampage, apparently.
お台場にいる人々が全員同じ幻覚を見ていること。
Man, that is so crazy. It's like all these illusions being seen with the naked eye.
イルオに崩壊したお台場の偽画像がアップされたこと。 世界各地の大都市で原因不明の停電が起きていること、無数のデマがネット上に出回っていること、そしてそのデマをマスコミがさも本当のことのように繰り返し流し続けていること。
And what a way to create fake news. It's as if real fake news isn't enough. It's like it also has to prop up in a video game.
一部でロボットの AI が乗っ取られ、去年のように反乱が起きているようだが、その規模は不明だ。
Really, the scale is unknown.
あとはすべて情報に踊らされた人々が巻き起こした騒動だ。
Man.
世界中がたった一人の男に踊らされているんだ。
That's an interesting way to look at it. The entire world has been made to dance in the palm of one man. Of one man's hand. Yeah. Very, very interesting thing to say.
何の目的で？
最初に言ったはずだ。この騒乱の目的はただ一つ。プロジェクトアトムの完遂だ。
Right. And that's gonna be the biggest problem that we've faced yet. What are they gonna do?
そのためには種子島から世界中の目をそらす必要がある。
Must be turned away from Tanegashima? Really? How are they gonna do that then?
たったそれだけのためにこんな大げさなことを。
だがその目論みはまんまと成功したと言える。
I mean, so far it has, yes.
世界中の軍も警察もこの騒乱を鎮めることに手一杯だ。
It's like, God. It's like the military and police really have their hands full. They really do. This is almost like too much for them.
世界を滅亡させかねないロケットが今にも発射されようとしているのに。
Yeah, it's like that. Maybe we can stop that rocket? Maybe?
在日米軍ならば沖縄から向かえば制圧は一瞬だろう。
I mean, if we can get that to happen, that could be tremendous for us. Tremendous that it would turn the tides.
だがそれができない。
They can't. Why?
今種子島のロケットの危険性について知っているのは敵以外ではおそらく私と君だけだ。
It's not enough people to know about it. Unless Nai knows about it. Maybe she can do something.
そして我々に取れる手立てはない。私もこの怪我だ。
Yeah, especially since you're injured, right? Upon hearing his words, I noticed that his face has gone even paler. You aren't gonna die on me, are you? And he said he performed emergency treatment on himself, but there's a pool of blood where he sits. Yeah.
あんた、本当に大丈夫なの？
I mean, is it a fatal injury?
少なくともしばらくはまともに動けなさそうだ。
That's true.
だが心配しなくていい。私がくたばるまでになんとか仲間に連絡は取ってみるつもりだ。
Okay. It's like, if you can get help, then I'll feel better.
頼りになる連中だからな。
SWAT is alright by me. It's like he really, earlier in the game, he really came off across as being very cold, brusque, and pretentious. But he's actually a pretty nice guy. And given who voices him, Miki Shinichiro, he tends to voice good guys, I've noticed.
残り時間は少ないが、伝えることさえできれば、なんとかしてくれるかもしれん。君は自分のしたことについてあまり気にするな。
Isn't it kind of too late for you to tell me that?
君島公はたまたま君を標的にしただけだ。
Unfortunately.
もし君が奴の策略に引っかからなかったとしても、他の誰かが新たなターゲットになり、同じように君島レポートは拡散されていただろう。
I mean, that's true. If not Kaito, someone else. Airi would have gotten someone else to find the Kimijima reports.
でも
I'm trying to remember back now, actually. Did Airi tell Kaito why she chose him? I don't think she did. I mean, it's been such a long time.
君島公はターゲットに俺を選んだ。
Chose him specifically? What, because Kaito was one of the test subjects on the MF Anemone? Is that why?
ミサ姉だってそれを知ってて君島公に味方した。
I mean, I figured that Misane would know that, but I feel like she's under Kimijima's thumb. That if she didn't do as she was told, that Kimijima would, like, cut her off and, like, kill her. I chased her all this time. Misane was always my objective. But she's...
帰らなくちゃ。
Time to go back home. Okay.
種子島に帰らなくちゃ。
He feels like he needs to confront Misane.
だが、その方法はどうするつもりだ？
Are those robots still flying over to Tanegashima?
わからないけどさ。今あのロケット発射を止められるのは俺だけなんでしょ。
I think he'd find a pleasant surprise with having an ally like Nai. It's like, I feel like Kaito isn't the only one who can stop the rocket. Nai could too.
俺がなんとかしないと。
For some reason, a dry laugh comes out of my mouth. I don't feel like I've been betrayed. You don't? This was all on me for placing my own expectations on her. It's like he never once considered that Misane could be an enemy. And who knows? Maybe Misane doesn't think she's betrayed us at all. He doesn't know that for sure. The true identity of this emotion that's been smoldering at the bottom of my heart.
悔しい。そうだよ。悔しいんだ。
You don't particularly sound pissed. I worked so hard to catch up to her. Thought I was close. She felt like she was within reach. But instead, I discovered she never thought of me as anything more than a crappy NPC before tossing me away. And that pisses me off.
だから俺が止めてやる。
Well, the look on Kaito's face. He is so pissed and determined to do anything that will set things right. This is the getting hyped up music.
そうしないと気が済まない。
Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the main theme.
気に食わない。気に入らない。やられたままで泣き寝入りなんてできないし。
It's like, you better not. It's like, don't cry yourself to sleep. Get yourself some good sleep to when you get things settled. I'm annoyed. I'm frustrated. And the only way to make good is to take this final chance and make a comeback.
君島公が敵だろうが味方だろうがどうでもいい。ミサネの真意もどうでもいい。勝負を仕掛けられたんだ。
And he doesn't back away from a challenge. It's like, whether it be Kill Ballad or in real life.
こっちを騙して知らないうちに勝負に持ち込まれてたんだ。その売られた勝負、負けっぱなしじゃ終わらせられないでしょうが。
It's not gonna take things lying down anymore. It's like he's gone from extremely passive to being active, extremely active now.
これは全以上をかけた勝負でもあるんだ。
君は。
It's like, you're going Super Saiyan! I mean, that's what it looks like with this light behind him. When I glance over at Sawada, he looks genuinely surprised.
俺はどんな手を使ってでも島に戻る。
Like, I honestly would be too if I saw someone like this. Sawada quietly chuckles and shrugs his shoulders.
もし島に戻るつもりなら、それを持っていけ。
Take that? What is he referring to exactly? Okay. Sawada points at a knapsack with an N4 device inside. It's like, for a second there I was thinking maybe the N4 device, but I didn't want to jump the gun.
電磁波照射装置。
それ単体では役に立たない。スロットに専用のカートリッジを刺さなければ動かないだろう。
Oh, okay. So are there special cartridges inside them already, or no?
だが、もし使えるようになれば、大きな武器になる。
That's good to know. Whatever I can use, whatever Kaito can use to get a leg up, get an advantage in this crazy power struggle, I want to call it. I mean, anything would be helpful.
相手も人間だ。電磁波をぶつければ、何らかの幻覚を見せられる可能性がある。
That could be a very advantageous and very interesting leg up. Make them see illusions. So, I'm just thinking of all the possibilities of what illusions Kaito could make. Very, very curious to see what kind of illusions he comes up with. I think I have a little bit of an idea of what his illusions would be, but I don't want to say anything yet.
有効活用しろ。
I will. Thank you. Good use, huh? I pick up the knapsack and sling it over my shoulder. I then remove the handgun from my pocket and put it at Sawada's feet.
返すよ。俺のゲームには必要ないもんだから。
It's like, got no use for firearms in my game. Pretty smooth, Kaito. Pretty smooth.
そうか。
Sawada doesn't even look at the gun.
もし種子島に無事に戻れたなら、コードネーム S ブラウンによろしく伝えておいてくれ。
He would know now, wouldn't he?
S ブラウン誰？
S. Brown. I love it.
本名は私も知らない。仲間の一人だが、
Oh,
オンラインだけの付き合いでな。
okay. He doesn't actually know Nai. He just knows her code name.
君とも面識があると言っていた。
He has Okabe to thank for that nickname.
一応覚えとくよ。
Or code name, excuse me. After shooting him a response, I exit the expo arena without looking back. Oh boy, things are getting exciting. And I am really, really getting ramped up here. But we'll have to see how things start to go down next time. So, kind of a cliffhanger in a way, but I feel like this is a good place to stop. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and claw that subscribe button to become part of the pack. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be.